What in the world do I got these cattle for?
Is that true? They have to break the ice so they don't like walk out onto it because they'll fall in, or
To fall in, yeah.
it's because they think it's like actual
And
ground?
it's so cold, man. It thicken at about an inch a minute. I mean, an inch an hour. So it gets up to 4, 5, 6 inches. They can walk all the way out to the middle, fall in.
You're gonna end up having to do that again tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I got to do it like 3 times today.
You're looking forward to Saturday then? When
3
it's
times
60.
today. I got to break
a day?
ice. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's this cold. It freeze up about an inch an hour. Yeah, it's miserable.
Yeah. So you're looking forward to Saturday when it's supposed to be 60s?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting rid of it. Most of the time, it's a good time. Boy, I tell you what.
You and Gundy exchange farming tips ever
You
then?
don't have cattle. You got all these little puppy stuff, like turtles and stuff.
Didn't he had posted like a video of one of his sons doing something with goats? Like they were on a
Sheep.
treadmill?
Sheep.
Yeah.
Sheep.
Yeah.
Yes. We got sheep too.
All right, questions for Coach?
Well, I guess initial thoughts from Sunday.
It was really a poor effort from our part. It didn't seem to do anything right in some ways. I never had a wrestler on the team that wrestled there before in that gym. Dean Heil wrestled on the football field, but so I had 10 new guys in wrestling for the first time in Iowa, and that may make a difference. You don't want to use that. You kind of want to be on your game at big matches, but we definitely wasn't prepared to wrestle well. We lost 3 critical matches in the third period that really made the difference in the score. We could have. We were in the match at 84 in heavyweight, in pretty good position in both of those matches. And in the end, you got to win those, like we did at 97 and we did at 174 with Jacoby Smith. But it is what it is. We didn't wrestle well. You got to wrestle great on the road, especially in a dual meet like Iowa and Oklahoma State. I mean, if you don't wrestle great, you're not going to win.
Is that the toughest environment you guys wrestle in?
No, it's a tough environment, but it's kind of what you look forward to,
Mm-hmm.
So I just told my guys, it's an opportunity we lost out on. You miss those opportunities when you don't perform well, and those are the things you remember the most. Those are the things that you live for, and we just did not have a great dual meet. It didn't show up. I don't know whether there was anxiety or just experience that we need. Maybe I'm looking at my team as a better team than what we are, but I haven't seen us put together a dual meet yet where I'm going, okay, that's a good team. It just seems like 7 of them are wrestle good and 3 of them look like, I pulled them up from Little League, So I'm hoping we can start bringing that together and maybe having some really solid efforts with some home dual meets in the next 6 weeks.
You talk about you've seen a good team out there yet. Have you seen improvement there, or has it just kind of been?
No, I haven't seen a whole
throughout?
lot of improvement. No. I don't know if our schedule allow for it right now. Just the traveling we've done. A lot more traveling than I've ever done. Pretty unusual schedule for us, as we've talked about, and that may be what's causing some up and down, but whatever. Great wrestlers wrestle great all the time.
So being home now, you think that'll help you guys a lot? You got
Well,
this
better.
long home stretch.
It better. I hope it does, or we're gonna find out, how many steps are at Gallagher Iber Arena. We're gonna start running a few more steps. But we got to wrestle better. We got to wrestle better, and we've got to get on the offense, and we got to sustain some offense. I got guys that just aren't real confident in sustaining offense.
Is it becoming concerning that you still have 5 returning All-Americans out there, that some of them aren't showing the consistency?
Yeah, but it doesn't get easier. I knew back in October makeup of this team is going to have to scratch out wins. I mean, we do not have a dominant guy on this team that's going to go out and just kick your tail every match and score bonus points and all. We got guys that last year were All-Americans because they scratched their way through tough matches and win by a point and win by a few points. The last dominating wrestler, I mean, you don't have him very often, was, Alex Derringer was a different cat. If he didn't get a major, we're all going, what happened to him? Well, that's not what we have, and we need to recognize. Doesn't make us bad, it just makes it, we just need to make sure we recognize that if we're not ready to go, it could be an ugly match because we're not heads and shoulders above everyone. So when you start to appreciate what you got to do, then things materialize. Right now, I think some of them don't want to wrestle as hard as they need to wrestle.
Friday, you got West Virginia coming in. They've been kind of that program in the Big 12 that no one's really worried about. But obviously this year they beat OU. Is that more of a product of OU being down, or is West Virginia starting to improve their program?
Well, I think both those. I think OU was counting on a better season this year. We're finding out that programs are getting better. West Virginia's been down. I'm sure Coach Henson there has been pretty disturbed by the last couple of years of performances, and probably did something all summer with this team. I don't know, but I can tell you they're a better program than they've been, and they've had some nice wins. So it's just a matter of time before Big 12 conference is going to, I believe, is going to equal any conference in the country. Of course, Big 10 being the best, probably. It's not long. We're going to get better.
And you're going into the third conference season, adding those teams from out west. How big of an asset was that into improving the conference?
Fresno State?
Yeah, well, you got all those teams, the South Dakota State, North Dakota State, adding all them to the conference.
It doesn't do a lot of times for us, but it does a lot for those programs. They're going to elevate their program, as we've seen South Dakota State and we've seen North Dakota State. They've elevated their program up, and ultimately bringing those teams into the conference, ultimately it's going to help Oklahoma State in the future. Maybe not right now, but in the future, we're going to continue to have to be tough. We're going to, these programs will get better, and they'll get better, and they'll get better, and Oklahoma State's going to have to get better. So, in the long run, it'll be a great benefit to Oklahoma State and being competitive and challenging for national championships.
Dean came out, got that takedown early, eventually got the win as well. What did you see from him on Sunday?
Well, you got to take down, and then he rode the guy over 2 minutes. So, literally after the first period, it was 3-0. Okay, the match ended 4-0. It's unacceptable. When you go on the road, you watched our 25-pounder get beat. Cade Brock came out and got a major decision. I've got to put some bonus points up. If you don't have that luxury, or you're not in a match where you're not capable of doing that, that's different. But when you take a guy down, you ride him over 2 minutes, and the period ends 2-0 with a strong point in riding time, meaning over 2 minutes, that's not going to disappear. You're going to have that point. You go for the major decisions. You don't score another point in 4 minutes. Those are the things that just like, who are we wrestling for each other? The difference in that match is kind of their poster, their team poster was Fight for Iowa. That was their team poster, and really that was the difference. Their team fought for their program to win, and my team was, trying to figure out what we wanted to do.
This is usually the time of the year where the open tournaments are pretty much done. What do you want to see from those guys who are redshirting, stuff like that, to prepare for next year? Obviously?
Well, we got to maintain a level of those guys as backup rows, right? We've been pretty fortunate, I shouldn't even be talking about fortunate with injuries, but you got to be prepared to step in, all of them. So guys are going to be making weight. They may not suit up for the match, but they're going to be making weight. We're going to get them in a few more tournaments. I think Joe Smith needs at least 10 more matches. I think Dayton Fix needs needs a tournament or two. And I think all of them need a tournament or two before the season ends. So look, we will keep them very close to their weight and prepared in case we need to use them for the rest of the season.
We've finally gotten to see Boo in a couple of duels. How are you feeling about him right now in the duel
How
setting?
you feel about it?
You're the coach.
I just want to know. Nothing surprises me. You know, you think you're ready, you ain't ready. You thought you were ready, you ain't ready. You know, one thing, you know, he's had some success and he's won some tournaments in his last year. But you know, are you ready to go up to Iowa and wrestle the #2 guy in the country? He wasn't ready. You know, so all it does is give you some experience to recognize it's a lot tougher than what you think it is, and if you're going to maintain that opportunity as for starting for us, we need to see improvement off of events like that. You know, you got your tail whipped, you got embarrassed, you got tech fouled, you got taken down like 6 or 7, 8 times. I lost count. What do? You come back and you fight back, you know, and if you don't have that fight when you come back, then maybe you need to watch someone else wrestle for us. So.
All those disappointments, do you think you'll ever pull any of those red shirts this season? Do you see that
No.
happening?
No, I just think we lost an opportunity up there, you know, and I think that we're a better team than what we wrestled. I think we were a better team going in. They proved that that wasn't the case. So we need to just bounce back and start building some momentum while we're wrestling some of these home matches.
Anything else?
Okay, guys.
Thanks,
thank
Coach.
you.
Thanks, Coach.